Yo,
Hello, hello.
Yo,
What
what's
up?
what's good?
Gamers, gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Thank you for following Ice Boy. Oh, dude,
Absol, have you looked at like
I looked at
have
the
you
whole
like
thing.
even looked at the like stuck a peek at the patch notes yet?
Oh, I just read the whole thing on stream.
yeah, we just saw it. I just saw it
Alright,
too.
yeah. You see like the images aren't like loading.
Yes.
What's this?
Yeah,
Yes, it's
what's
very
up with that?
confusing. I'm like, man, what's the base cost of this this Noxus spell? Because it could be really, really good. It's probably like 5 mana, which honestly I don't think, because I mean 6 mana summon
are
2
you talking about the new
3/3s
one?
is good. What was that?
Are you talking about the new card? Like the new Nox spell?
4 glory or whatever.
Oh, it's 6
Okay.
mana normally.
I don't think that's bad though. I mean, we already pay 6 mana to summon 2 3/3, so I think summoning 2 5/1 challengers isn't too bad.
I think summoning like 2 5/1 challengers that can't block is significantly worse.
That's true. That's true. They can't block.
Because like it's not a play that
glory.
you want to make on defense.
Yeah,
and like
it's definitely
having 1 HP is like very vulnerable. Like imagine you like play this on turn 3 and then just Battle Feast.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
He's
I don't.
terrible.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That would suck. That'd absolutely be buns. But also, hear me out.
Okay.
2 5/1s with
Okay.
challenger, which is gonna act, which helps you turn on your reputation.
Yeah, you
Avalanche?
will turbo reputation.
Like I think it's. I also don't know how often you're casting this for, especially because it's probably going to be LeBlanc Ash that's running that card, and you're already getting Yetis in that deck. I don't know how often you're actually casting it for 6 mana versus 3.
I mean, you get to run
Actually,
Coach
that's a
Time,
good
you get
point,
to run
like-
life protection spell, so it's fine, I guess.
You get to
I
run
don't
what?
mind it. You get to run protection spells, right? Like
Yeah.
Gochan, Elixir. So
Yeah, you
it's
do
not
get that as well,
terrible.
which I mean
Yeah.
also does cause you to like have to pre-commit mana if you're like, okay, well my opponent could Vile Feast me right now. But I feel like with the change to the rules and how play effects work, I don't know how much Shadow Wilds we're gonna be seeing right now, dude. Like,
Oh my god.
that change is wild. I have this is it's gonna impact. I feel like it's gonna impact the game in a big way. I can't tell if it's positive or negative because I'm biased. So like,
so they made this change, like the play and casting, just to make things more consistent.
which makes sense.
Yeah, and I know a lot of players like worried about this because it like makes like
It buffs a lot of
interaction-
cards.
yeah, it makes interaction like worse, right? But like I wouldn't be surprised if the game actually becomes better from this, because one of the things about the game fundamentally right now is that like playing reactively is like so good. Like you don't want to be the one to like be forced to do stuff first, right? You want to like see what they do and then like dance to like what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what this does is like it buffs like just playing proactively. For
Yeah.
example, Lux and Heimer, you know, they always get the spell now instead of like having to wait until the spell resolves, and like maybe they get killed before the spell resolves, and then they don't get the laser or the turret.
Monty brings up a good point about this buffing. This actually does buff Lee Sin, so it does buff some control. I guess I do like the buff to proactive play though, because I think it makes the game more fun to watch. Like as someone who as like a content creator, I think it makes it more fun. It also like people can't flame me for like pre-committing 10 mana on one turn to my Glorious Evolution. So like, you know, I have no choice. I can't burst pass, you know?
Yeah.
That change I like a lot.
This is a nerf to Lee Sin. Because before you couldn't pop the barrier and just like a fast spell on the stack. But now you can.
Oh, you're right. That is a nerf. I like that though.
Garen's a little too strong.
Yo, that Garen change.
Oh,
Come on. That's
I'm
too
pretty
much.
sure it's a typo. Like, I don't think his level 1 is supposed to.
I
have the
don't
round
think
start
so
round.
either, dude. Because
Yeah.
then there's no point to leveling him up.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Like, it's not level 1, it's level 2.
Okay.
That's all the images. Yeah.
I was about to lose my mind. I was like, yo.
Oh, man. Yo. Day 1, you're gonna watch like
Literally
everyone
the
just being
best
Garen.
champion in the game. Like,
Yeah.
No cap. That's
Yeah.
good though. I like that.
They're
I like the
Hey,
cycle.
we heard you guys complaining that Rally was 4 mana. We're
Yeah, right.
making it 5 mana now, except it's on a unit.
We're making it actually 0 mana though, for most of the game. All right.
Yeah, there's like
Uh,
no.
Darius buff was funny. I thought that was really funny that they baited everyone.
Ha ha ha. Who's I'm laughing. Really, really funny. Really funny. Absolutely.
What up,
Nice
Max?
one. Hi, man.
What do you
What's
mean,
up?
dude?
What's up?
When he has to see them have half its starting health. It's a good buff. Now when
Get
I'm
out of here, dude.
now when I'm competing in my path tournament, I can run Darius.
Noxus will remember this. That's all I'm gonna say. Noxus is gonna remember this. Okay.
All right. Well, listen. You guys got a nice buff to what's it called? What's your card? Blood for blood. Some of the card arts are loading now.
Oh, blood.
Dude,
what?
that card is just iterative improvement at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Okay.
slightly worse. Which I mean, I think in Noxus, it's not like in Noxus and not PNZ, pretty alright card. But if you have access to PNZ, like you consider PNZ, this card sucks. I think burst speed makes it better though,
100%.
because I
Helio
it's, like,
needed that
so
buff.
very
Like,
fast.
why
Very fast.
0-10? I think 0-9 is fine, right?
For
I
Galio?
don't get that buff. Yeah, so I think it's okay.
I think
I
it's-
don't think the buff matters. It's just like a nice
yeah,
like,
it just gives a little
thematic
bit
change,
of
because
HP.
like every champion when they level up they get +1/+1, but like Galio's formidable, so like
Mm.
he gets like that +1 attack, which just go to another.
That's true. He gets
health,
plus
as
L
we saw
plus
here.
1. That's a good flavor change. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, okay? Katarina.
Dude, okay.
What are your thoughts
With-
on this change?
When I first heard about these changes, I thought it was like Katarina. No, I thought Katarina's level 1 would create a 0 mana Blade's Edge, right?
Yep.
The Blade's Edge she creates level 1 is still 1 mana. So yeah,
Oh.
back when I thought it was 0 mana, I was like, okay, maybe she could see some play, like
Katarina. Oh my god.
in like Swain or like some like random Noxus decks. But no, she's still like so tempo negative when you play her level
Yeah.
1.
She's super easy to level up, right? But it's like she still doesn't feel like she's doing things at all.
So do you know what the problem with Katarina as a card is?
She has no identity.
It's not actually that. It's the fact that, so when do you want to rally in this game? You want to rally when you're like your head and board, right? You
Yeah, for
convert
sure.
your board like to like a winning game state,
Yeah.
right? It lets
Yeah.
you use your board to win. The thing with Katarina is that you play her level 1 and then like she strikes, she goes back to your hand. You have to like you spend like 3 mana and then for like 3 chip damage.
Yeah, you
And
only
not
spend 3
advancing your board
mana to
state.
not do anything.
So like rallying is good when you're in a dominant board state,
Yeah.
but like Katarina's a tempo negative card.
Yeah.
So like she herself
It's
as a
very
card does
cool.
not like contribute to like
Yeah.
when you want to rally.
Yeah, no, it feels bad because you basically play. She's essentially an ephemeral that you can replay. Like that's how I look at Katarina's value on play, because she strikes and then she goes away, and you have to spend more mana to get her out again. But like the other thing that's to me that feels bad about Katarina is that just like Noxus doesn't feel like it has the HP to be rallying as much as Katarina wants to rally. Like, so it just doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel good to play her and rally.
Like I would
It
have
just
run
feels-
like one Katarina and a good deck. So.
There was a someone posted like a leaked patch notes that they thought was what was coming, and the change that was on there for Cat was that level 2 Cat would give enemies that were damaged can't block, and I thought that was actually a good change to this card because at least then she
Oh,
does
yeah.
something.
That's kind of broken, to be honest.
Like, oh, it's
Uh,
nuts.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's
Hold
broken.
on,
I
let
think
me turn Max out again here.
That was Jade. So have we formally started like the patch?
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk. We're on here.
Yeah,
Is it like is this the stuff that's like running on the YouTube or whatever?
Yeah, we're just gonna chat on here and then it'll go on whenever it goes on.
I was wondering like if when we started, so we started.
Yeah, you're good. Feel free to say whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Oh, Bambo Tree.
Dude, dead. So,
dead.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I love that enough.
Dead
Um,
card.
I think like it's definitely not a card you like build your whole deck around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's like it might see play as attack versus control in like your arms or some similar deck.
Yeah, I can see it
Because
being
it is
like
still
a
good versus control. It like gives you a card every turn, and like
Mm.
you do eventually win.
yeah, it's less about winning the game, and now it's more about
Mhm.
like, okay, I can just get value from this landmark and like maybe high roll my opponent. Which
It's definitely a very control specific tech.
I like it more now because you don't bandle tree your whole deck. I feel like Max is hurting though. Max, what are your thoughts on this bandle tree change?
No, I'm happy. Bye Bandle
okay.
Tree.
Sick.
I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. Fuck that card.
I thought you. I remember you. I think you ran tree in like an event, so I wasn't sure.
No, dude. His team in RA,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like,
we've been farming. We've been
they
farming
brought
Bandle Tree.
2 Bandle Tree decks every single week.
Yeah.
for the
Wow.
for the first 2 weeks.
It's free wins.
It is. I mean,
it's
you're not
so
wrong.
good, like,
It literally is free.
Just realized.
especially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone here's seeing the patch notes. So like, I want to go one by one. Roji's not here yet, so I'll just ask him when he pops in, and just like, what are your initial impressions of the patch? Like, starting with JadeDragon. Like, just give me 2 sentences. Tell me what your initial impressions of the patch are.
A bit. I no hate for it. I love it. I completely love it. Everything. Like the Malphite. I love Leona. The Scion changes. Everything. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Even the Sunday's nerfs.
All right, I passed the torch. Why is this open? Pass the torch over to you, Max.
They really baited me on Darius, but I'm very, very happy about Nasus. So overall, pretty good. I'll take it.
And Minasia, what are your thoughts? Initial impressions.
I think, not gonna lie, I think the patch didn't like. It's a good patch. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't really live up to the hype. Like they sold it as like a champion rework patch, right?
Yeah.
But there weren't like any like really like cool reworks.
Yeah.
It was just like so we're just generic buffs.
I think Udyr was a good rework.
Yeah, Udyr was much needed.
It was good. Yeah.
For sure. I agree with you there though. It definitely wasn't like reworks.
And Demacia is looking pretty hot after this patch, but like the meta will definitely shift a lot. Like Sundisk will still be a good tournament deck, I believe.
Yeah.
But it won't be like dominant on ladder.
Yeah.
And so I think Demacia is gonna be pretty strong. And as a result of that, Noxus and Freljord will also be strong because they're like pretty good against Demacia.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I share a lot of the same opinions. It's a really cool patch. Slightly underwhelmed by the overall lack of actual big reworks to champions. I was kind of expecting like new abilities on some of the older boys, like Garen, like full like scale reworks. But also, I can't complain. We got a lot of changes and a lot of like big changes. It feels like we got a good amount of big changes to the game. They're gonna kind of shake things up.
Especially the rules changes.
Oh my god, those are huge. That honestly, they should have fucking advertised a rules change patch because those were
that would have made more sense.
All right. So, what do you guys think are the most like? What would you say is the most controversial change that they've put in this patch?
Let me look at these again.
I think this is a big question.
Control players are in shambles.
Dude, yes, we are. Thank you.
I love it. I'm so happy. Bandle Tree got gutted. No more like dog shit win con.
No more burst pass.
Didn't exist. No more burst cast. Like, I'm very, very happy about this.
Viego.
I guess the most controversial change would just be like melding like play and cast. Like just that rules change because it makes it so you can't like stop Ezreal's damage by killing him anymore. The damage just like instantly goes through. It like makes the game less. Yeah, it makes the game like
oh my god
less interactive.
Yo, Max, what do you think?
Or just
I
haven't digested the difference between cast and play. Can you give me like a quick rundown of the consequences, Minasia?
Basically, the best way I'd explain it is like kind of like May just said, like Ezreal. Like imagine someone plays like a Mystic Shot with Ezreal out. Originally, the Mystic Shot would resolve, and then you'd take the 2 damage from Ezreal. But now the moment they just put the Mystic Shot out of their hand and hit the OK button, you take 2 from Ezreal. So like Fizz will get elusive if you put a spell in the stack. So even if I Nopify your Mystic Shot, the Ezreal damage still goes through.
Mm-hmm. Is that the same with like Lee Sin stuff?
So it's Lee Sin now, his barrier, he'll get barrier the moment you play the spell, which means that you can like counter by pinging the barrier off instantly, and you can't like, you have to like wait for it to resolve.
That big of a deal, is it?
It changes a lot of stuff. Like, so like Fizz, right? You can't Fizz just gets elusive now. Nami's effect just goes off the moment something hits the stack.
Like
Ooh.
the best
Same
way I can describe the
timer
change
buffs.
is like, you know how Shelly and Nami were different? Like Shelly, their effect went off when you like just like played the card, and then you didn't need to wait for it to resolve. It just like went off. Whereas Nami, the spell needed to resolve for you to get the buff.
Yeah.
Basically, now everything is like Shelly.
Oh my god.
It's good that it's like consistent, I guess. That helps.
I like the
Yeah,
consistency.
that's the reason why they made this change.
That's nice.
I do like the consistency. I wish they would have changed. I would have been in favor of it going the other way, but again, I come from the land of Magic the Gathering where I can stop your summons. So like, it's a different
Everything's on the
ball
stack.
game over there. You know, the stack in Magic is a beast. But yeah, that change I think actually like does buff and nerf a number of cards that have been in the meta for a long time. I think it's really cool. Nocturne Buff. All right, this is the one that has me really excited.
Oh, I like this one too.
Spicy.
So
I like
when
it.
you look at it at first, it seems like it changes nothing about Nightfall because they don't play any.
Yeah, they don't like summon stuff like that.
Yeah, but what it does let you consider is just playing 1 or 2 Harrowings in Nightfall as a finisher.
Oh. Eh. That's so gross. Also with the oh no, it has to. That's right. Okay, it's not play cast. I was like, wait a minute, does that work that way if you play burst speed? But I think it also like I think it was, who was it? Was it you, JadeDragon, that said sapling toss? Someone said sapling toss. Is like
no, not me.
Sapling toss
that-
gives like a round
It was
1
Wick, if I
debuff.
remember correctly.
Oh yeah, it was Wick. Yeah, just round 1 debuff off sapling toss. Like there's a number of cards that I think are better now. I mean, to me, originally, like it should have worked that way in the first place, because the time that I want to use that effect is like to burst speed swing at you with a bunch of fearsome units. So I think that does help quite a bit with this card.
What's the burst speed like a Mist Earth card?
I think it's Miscall.
It's called.
No, it's a miscall. It's
I haven't played Mist Earth in so long. Shit.
Let me check my mobile list real quick.
I saw somebody talking about Caustic Cast with Nocturne. I was like, oh my god.
that's so funny.
Oh, Risen Mist. Risen Mist.
Yeah, we can Risen Mist Nocturne. That's cute.
Right.
What else?
I mean, you get like a. I don't think Targon is doing any like burst summoning though.
Yeah. Like I think the only like the old things like effects is just but giving like everything Nightfall, which I think like could actually be. I would not be surprised if it was really good.
Yeah, I don't think that at all.
The biggest problem with Nightfall before was that like it was really inefficient for you to close out games.
Yes. That I fully agree with. That was a big issue I had. That's what, originally when like he came out, I was like, why doesn't this card just do it on summon? Why is he not on summon? Why does he have to be on play?
Bro,
And so that Harrowing does give a big closer.
it helps with like WoW Feast, I guess. Actually, it might be played in Nightfall now.
No.
No. Oh, that's maybe Haunted Relic. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Blinded Caretaker. Anyone?
Does Nightfall proc on summon? Like if I play a
It does not.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say that makes Harrowing
no,
Nightfall
it
even crazier, dude. Like if you're Harrowing proccing Nightfalls.
Bro, we can Brood Awakening Nocturne.
Yo.
Brood Awakening Nocturne. Okay.
No, but that does like it does open up a lot of spells like that because those cards don't count as playing stuff. So there are a number of spells that get opened up for Nocturne.
Yo,
Hi.
the Rockman is here.
Yo,
Shadawx,
what's
did you? What's up, Roji? Shadawx, accept my friend request. Oh, you
Uh,
did. Okay, cool.
I did.
Roji, welcome. All right, I'm gonna turn your volume up. Let me add Shadawx here.
So there was one change we didn't talk about yet, Roji. We saved it for
Just
when
for
you're
you.
here.
Oh yeah.
Yes, just for you, buddy.
So
I
let's
was
address the
waiting
big
for
rock
you.
in the room.
Yeah, Malphite. How do you feel?
I think this Malphite change is fucking ridiculous. Absolutely nuts. I really like the change.
Why is it nuts?
Because it makes Malphite not just a complete waste of mana. Especially on the opponent turn, or if you don't have them leveled up.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree.
Okay.
I'm
There
not
have been-
looking.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm not looking forward to playing against you,
Dude,
Reggie.
this is gonna be. I think Malphite Talia like actually, it's already like a good deck. I think that change does a lot. Like,
Yeah, I've always thought Malphite Talia was at least like a really high tier 2 like tournament deck. I've always thought it was like insanely strong, especially in like tournaments. But like now, it's just gonna be incredibly powerful.
like,
Because
yeah,
like you can't develop past turn 7 like ever, like literally never.
yeah. It does. It just really, especially with
Yeah.
the amount of vulnerable you get access to from Shurima. It just gives you so much control over your swing, which I mean is what Malphite. I think is a good change to make Malphite instead of just giving him overwhelm, because I'm sure that was like the default. Like you should have overwhelm, but he's like he
Mhm.
feels like a defensive champion. And I was like, how do you make him better and more valuable while still being defensive? Yeah, Ice Boy, the VOD's gonna be available. So I think that Sun does a lot.
I've been saying since Malphite has pretty much came out that like we should generate like a free ground slam on the opponent turn or something, or like not even free, just like a regular ground slam. Like give us more ways to stop the enemy on their turn,
Yeah,
because I think that's where Malphite should not necessarily like be the best at, but like he should be pretty strong at it. And I think this like it enables that in some way.
definitely agree.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's a really solid change. Real solid.
Real.
They're really
rock
chipping
solid.
away at making Malphite a great deck. Yeah.
What, this is like the 5th buff?
Yeah, I think so. He's finally getting close to ladder viable, guys. He's,
Oh my god.
real quick, everyone give a big round of applause for Shadawx. Shadawx is here. Woo!
Oh,
hi.
What's up?
Woo! Let me turn Shadawx up. Everyone in OR community has like quiet microphones.
Oh, I can turn myself
Oh,
up
you're
too.
good. You're good. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I boosted you. All right, gamers. We have 2 people. I gotta ask you guys the same questions I've asked everyone else. First off, starting with Master Roji. I'm gonna just call you that from now on. What are your initial impressions of this patch? Like, give me 2 sentences, Roji. What is the first 2 things that come to mind with this patch?
Really sick patch. Malphite's broken.
All right, and Shadawx.
Great patch, blood for blood.
Okay, I want to get into that in a second. I definitely get into that in a second. And then same thing to you, Roji. We talked about Malphite. We know that's like a big hype. What do you think is like the most controversial change outside of the rules? We've already said the rules, so give me another one. Because the rules are something else.
Yeah, the rules are a bit monko, but I won't go into that one. I think the Vladimir buff is really cool. I think it's really neat. Oh, and the Callous Bone Crusher change is massive.
Much
Actually,
needed.
huge change. You just get like a 3-mana Rune Runner. You throw down a
Literally.
Sivir leveled up, and it's literally 3-mana Rune Runner.
It's like a payoff card that Reputation kind of needed, because originally it was just like a really nice coaster I could put on my coffee table, and now it's like actually playable in game.
Yeah, the Callous Bone Crusher change. Oh, icing on the cake for Reputation. And I think it's a really cool reward for Reputation, because it's like this quest you have to complete throughout the game.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of the Reputation cards are only rewarding you with like -2 cost or whatever. And that just doesn't feel rewarding, and like the granting keywords is like way more rewarding, and I think it fits like the desert or the Shurima vibe, where like you're getting keywords through random stuff like the reputation landmark or the 5-drop 5/5 that creates a lucky find or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it adds more flavor to that, and I think it's really awesome.
All right, Shadawx, you as well. Most controversial change.
I think like the whole Udyr package stuff is actually pretty.
Ooh, okay.
pretty
We actually
big.
haven't talked about that yet. I do think that's something we should address. So I'll let you take the floor and take the lead on that.
Okay, so I guess starting with Udyr himself,
Mhm.
the +1 stat, I don't know how much that matters. It probably does. I mean, he's like 5 mana,
Yeah,
so
I
him
like
having
it.
5
I
attack
definitely like that.
is like nice. But like his level up condition is more in flavor with him and makes sense now, right? And it also, it's not like you've seen either, so he can level up while you're playing stances like early on, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool. So like you can play the 2-drop, the Volpine,
Mhm.
and then you get one from there, and you can play the new card as well, and then you get a stance from there, and then
Mhm.
yeah, like sometimes I think he can come down leveled.
He probably can, or
Perhaps.
he levels the turn he comes down. Because you get the stance from him, and then you can swing in for free. And there's
Actually,
also
yeah, it
the
would
new
be-
card too, which is actually like, which does help him level up faster. That new burst speed inner beast or whatever.
Yeah, it would be the turn he comes down, he can level. But yeah, it's pretty neat. And then on top of that, with the new card and the what's it called? Hyara?
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
Hyara.
Yeah.
Yeah, all seer. Yeah,
Hyara.
that one was pretty cool too.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I underestimated Inner Beast because you can now play Udyr. You don't have to swing into shitty boards, and it'll just auto reduce that third one to 0.
Yeah. So
That's actually really
you can
good.
play Beast, and then if someone has like a 4 attack blocker, you can play Inner Beast to keep him alive, and then you get
And
a
it's
stance
not-
as well for
it's
free.
not fleeting either, right?
No,
Yeah, it's actually
you just
that's actually
you just
not
keep
bad.
it. Yeah.
That's
So
not
I think
bad.
Udyr got like a huge boost,
Yeah, I definitely
or like
agree.
his package. Yeah.
He felt really
Mhm.
weak on release. Like
Yeah.
real bad. And it's also kind of buffs Victor too, right? Because like
Yep.
the Udyr Victor Vi was already like a list that was running around, and I think that
Ooh.
now that Udyr actually has some like synergy with his concept and his mechanic, instead of just
Mhm.
existing as a way to generate created cards, it feels like a really strong card. Udyr gets out of hand. Like I don't want to like let's I want to put that out there in the world that I think Udyr does get out of hand very easily. Can get out of hand very quickly, especially on level
Mhm.
up where he's getting plus 1 plus whatever from each stand swap.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you're not explicitly playing a vengeance deck, Udyr gets
It's
obnoxious.
so hard to kill.
Yeah. And you can like
Yeah.
pair Udyr with Sivir as well, right? And just give her the keywords.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just laugh. Right?
I think that was Minasia that said something just now, or was it
No.
JadeDragon or Max? Someone.
It was
someone-
me. Nah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, I just agreed. That's all. Nothing much.
Okay.
Just agree with the point.
just want to make sure you didn't get stepped on. Max, what do you feel about this Udyr change?
I'm very happy. It's playable now. I really there's so much like it's very splashable. It's very splashable.
Mm.
So that's exciting. I
That's
think
pretty
it can
cool.
go with a lot of different champions. Gives Freljord actually like value, which is really important. Now you can play with some regions that are like struggling. Like the stances are really good value generation,
Oh, yeah, they are.
in my opinion. Which was something Freljord kind of lacked, or at least that's what I've heard other people say. So
Mhm.
that's really exciting. Opens up a lot of deck building possibilities.
I mean, it feels like we have essentially like because like Aphelios exists, and he's like sort of somewhat. He's not offensive, but his stuff feels more offense oriented, whereas Udyr's does feel like very defensive internally. And so I think it's like we have this like really strong turtle version of Aphelios. I think it's the best way to explain it.
Udyr is Aphelios' foil. That's a hot take.
Wait, how do you pronounce the card again?
Sorry.
Hyara? What how do you pronounce that? Oh my god.
Hyara Allseer?
Oh.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
Hyara.
I like that change a lot.
Yeah,
Can we talk
this
about
change
how
is
the
huge.
like the first stance you play each round costs 0? Like that's huge.
Yeah.
Right? That's a
Yeah.
buff. It's a really huge buff.
Especially because she comes
like that.
down on curve. If you're curving out, she's coming down the turn after you play Udyr.
Yeah.
So
Kinda like that.
like, and she's giving you a
it's
stance.
huge.
It feels like she feels like what's her name? The Sentinel. Ishtali
Yeah,
Sentinel.
here's something
It's
Oh,
sad.
Exali?
yeah. That's what it feels like. because they did a very similar thing. They give your champion what they want. They make it cost 0. But imagine if now your first darkness costs 0 every turn.
That would be
Oh.
nuts.
Yo, that's not.
This is also like really good with the new Udyr card. The
Oh my god, no, that's another good point. Because now you can just,
burst speed, get a free stance.
that's
I want to hear something sad. Like I actually had to look up just now what Udyr level did because like I'd never seen it leveled, so I had to go check. Like now that we can actually level Udyr, what does that even do? I had to look it up now.
It's so gross.
He's thick.
Just a fat stats.
It's huge.
You just give him 1 overwhelm and 1 regen, and your opponent can't kill him without being in Shadawx or PNZ.
Nice.
How do you guys
Even
feel
in
about
PZ, I don't think you can kill him. Like you have to spend like a huge thermal.
Yeah, you have to do a whole lot, but you can still do it. You can thermal, or you can
Scorched Earth.
Scorched Earth it. Yeah.
Like if you ever try to play PNZ versus Pantheon, like you know, stuff is not dying.
Udyr's just Pantheon in disguise. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, very true. Anything that gives overwhelm is Pantheon in disguise. Okay, so what was your question? You were bringing up a question, Roji?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the banditry change?
Oh yes, Prage. We're all praising Riot on that change.
Love it.
Fantastic. Fuck that
Yeah,
card.
I don't think it'll ever be. I don't think it'll ever be played again.
I think it's.
I think that was like the intention.
Yeah.
Oh,
Minasia mentioned like a good control splash. I can see it like hitting certain decks for like tournaments, but you'll never encounter Treon Ladder. It's just gonna be Swarm from now on. Which I think the buffs to Demacia also do hurt Banditry, like Bandle Swarm, quite a bit. Just because in general, Bandle units, while they can get stats pretty quickly, like Demacia just blocks things really well.
Yeah.
The reason why I think Demacia will be good after this patch wasn't because of the direct like buffs that Demacia got. Like the elites package is getting buffs, but I'm not sure like how much of that will actually be played after the meta is settled. I was just more so thinking that Demacia would be good because like none of it got nerfed, and Demacia was like already pretty good this patch even after the nerfs. And one of the things like holding like Akshan Sivir back was like Disc was like pretty decent into Akshan Sivir, but now Sun Disc doesn't flip until turn 8. So that gives like a larger window of opportunity for mid-range decks like Akshan Sivir to just kill them before they flip Disc.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And now that you're honestly, I can see even, I don't know if you splash it in that deck, but like with Ashe LeBlanc kind of coming into potentially fruition, and I think that the change to Udyr could potentially make like Udyr Galio a pretty decent deck. Just because now you're getting so much more value out of your stance swaps, and this new card just gives you that regen that you want really badly, for free. And then also you're making everything free is a little wild. So Vladimir changed though.
Don't we just play Udyr with Shurima and just splash negation and right and what's that? 2 cost
probably.
card? I think that's fine. Yeah.
I think
like
Udyr can
maybe
he can splash or he can like solo. Like he can kind of do whatever he wants right now. I feel like that's a good place for him to be, because at least like he's going to be usable.
I was splashing the Vulpine Wanderer card in Ashe LeBlanc, and it felt pretty nuts in that.
It's a good
Giving
point.
Ashe Overwhelm
That's a
or
good point.
Ashe like regen is like.
Yeah, I see it.
There's a lot of champions that want it. I mean, even like Vladimir Udyr, especially with like Vladimir gets buffed, he has Fearsome now, which I wish they had just given him regeneration, but I could do that with Udyr now, so it's fine. Even if you don't run Udyr that deck, but just like splashing this like burst speed 2 mana give a unit regen and something like Scar Grounds doesn't feel bad. Or 2 mana is 5 mana give a unit regen, not 2 mana.
Udyr is playable. That's nice.
Okay, Ambush. What do we think about Ambush change? 2 mana to 3 mana.
It's never being seen again.
What?
Ooh, okay, hold on. Yeah, also.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead, hold on.
No.
Ambush-
Hold up.
That card literally that changes nothing. It's like one more mana. Who cares?
Yeah. Also, he said your mom was dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
Wait, Minasia, you're not serious, right?
Okay, I'm just thinking like Sunfork Maps is a card, right? So there's like if you want to put elusive on like something big, you could like play Sunfork Maps and like grant it elusive instead.
Yeah, I think at this point we would rather be playing like the Grant card because I think paying one more mana for the +2 isn't really that worth it.
Yeah, ambush is dead.
Alright. I've got 3 good players saying ambush is dead.
Paired with
Max-
the ballistic bot nerf, like bro, you gotta you're spending 3 extra mana to get what you did previously with ballistic bot and ambush. Like,
Hot take. I think ballistic bot's fucked.
I love this ballistic bot change. I fucking hate this card.
Like,
I've always wanted it to be changed in some way, so it's not just broken.
I don't know if I ever want to like the 0-3 stat line on a 2-drop is so bad.
I actually don't think the bot change like. I think a lot of the decks that ran bot will still run bot just because you were never really looking to like trade with it anyway. Like it was like a backline unit, right? Like so decks like Victor Lee, and like probably a fellow's PNC like will still run it, and I think it'll still be good.
I agree with
decks.
those. I just think it's not a card you can put in anything now. Like it's got to go into a deck that wants that specific effect rather than just being like, this is a good 2-drop from PNZ.
Ballistic bot died for Victor Sins, and it's fucked up.
It's not
It's
dead.
fucked up.
It's not dead.
Like,
He's
it can
still
no
relevant.
longer
It's not dead at all. It's not dead at all. It's not dead at all. It's
2-1.
not dead at
Not
all.
dead. Yeah.
It got nerfed for Victor Sins. Sorry.
All right, what
Go
other
on.
big changes do we have here?
The Sundisk
Leblanc.
changed pretty big.
That's true. Sundisk is big. Sundisk going to we said it was we're saying round 8 now, right? It's like minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the earliest you could flip it, just from like leveling your champs, was turn 6, and now you can't do it until turn 8 unless you play a countdown card.
Yep. Or you run a third. You run that third ascended, which like I'm a big fan of the 2-2-2 split. Winged Dragon of Ra, Slifer the Sky Dragon, obviously Tormentor, but that's just me.
So do you guys think that Mono Shurima will still be good after this patch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
It's the thing
Yeah,
is that
for
like
sure.
the power of the deck wasn't it was broken on ladder because like it felt like a Zero Aurelia where it would like kill you on turn 6 unless you like hard countered it. But now it feels like post nerf, like we're like it's gonna kill you on like turn 8, but by then you're able to like build up a board and we're in a bit of a better meta where you can actually like, just run them over. That deck doesn't have blade dances, so I think it's fine. You'll see it in tournaments. It'll be a fun deck. People are still going to jam it on. I don't think it's going to fall off in ladder play rate, but it's going to fall off in win rate because people just like simp for Mono Shurima roleplay. So
Yeah.
I do think like people have an aversion to like playing things that are nerfed.
that's true.
So I do expect the play rate to like actually fall more proportional to like compared to like how good the deck actually will be.
I think it's going to be more accurate right now because the play rate feels super inflated compared to how good the deck actually is.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that like it doesn't just beat its bad matchups anymore. Like it can't just beat its bad matchups just because it happened to flip the disc on 6. Like, oops, I win.
Yeah.
It's turn 6. Now I'm just obliterating your whole board quite literally. And like if they do flip the disc on 6, like I don't know, the stars aligned, they're running
Yeah.
bad cards that they have to run now, and I don't even know if you actually can flip it on 6 if you're playing an advanced card.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
so.
the mana doesn't add up. So I think the minimum you can flip it on with advanced cards is like 7. Which is still like a good enough nerf.
It also
Yeah.
gives your deck like a 1 to 2 more draws to hit removal for
Mhm.
it. So
That's true.
Or
which-
the decimate, or the
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
whatever
Yeah,
you need to like top
for
deck
aggro
against them.
too.
yeah, well, player removal
Yeah.
is the best removal. So
Yeah.
True. I think the build of Monstrema will like in recent like the last 2 weeks, right? We've seen the Monstrema build shift to like just focus more on the combo. For example, like running Doom Keepers to like just survive until you flip disc,
Mhm.
and like cutting Golden Ambassador, just making the deck less mid rangey and like play to stabilize with the combo. Now that like people aren't on the landmark deck, landmark removal beats disc copium anymore.
yep.
And but now I think we'll see a shift back towards more mid range builds, like with Golden Ambassador, just so you have like mid game plays in that turn 6 to 7 before you flip disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see. Euros and Arms nerf. What are the thoughts? Communal.
I think
More could be
Yorlin
done.
Arms has already started to see less play, especially on ladder. I'm sure that's because people are just straight up tired of playing the deck.
Yeah.
And it's a really boring deck to play.
Yeah.
And now with this change, I just don't think like really anybody will want to play the deck because
Mhm.
like I don't know, it's just for Demacia
Card
now,
got nerfed.
which I think it's totally reasonable change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't think the deck will be good anymore. And I already thought the deck was like falling off this patch. Like this hot take,
I
but
agree.
like I'm someone that like played Euros and Arms like before it was cool. It was like when like Steph sent me the deck like back in like Nami meta.
Bro had insider deck trading, dude.
but like the telescope
Committing
change.
tax fraud.
Oh,
Fucking Yaya
like the
deck.
telescope nerf last patch like hit the deck a lot more than like people thought of. Like people just get high rolled by a year and like they die on like turn 5, turn 6, and then they think like the deck's broken still, right? But
Mhm.
remove a telescope. Oh well, no, nerfing telescope and like it being cut from the deck removed like so many decision points from the deck and like a lot of options. Now you have to like curve out and like into year and win, and you don't have any refill anymore. Before you had the option to like trade down the board first and then refill then year,
Mhm.
but you just have like, and your deck used to print units, but you don't print units anymore as year, so it's just now about like Euros and Arms or that thing.
Yeah, I like it. I agree. I think it's pretty good. Have we hit all of like the major important stuff?
Yeah, except for the rule change.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have some new people, and
Yeah,
so
the
let's
rule change.
readdress the rule change. Let the new people get their new call hoppers get their opinions and statements in. So rule changes for anyone who's just joining the patch cast. Burst passing is dead, and interactivity is dead. No, but yeah, Roji, did you weigh in yet on these?
No, I
Okay.
have not.
I think it's
I
you
think-
and Shadawx. So go ahead, we'll start with you.
I really do not like this change at all. There have been like so many times where, you know, I would play like Rolling Sands and then pass to see if they play a unit, and if they don't play a unit, then I'm allowed to play like my Devout. And then if they still don't want to like, you know, if they want to summon a unit, now they have to summon it into like my Devout and just like burn their mana. But I don't know. Now it just doesn't give me as many options as it would, you know, before. I feel like the skill expression gets kind of diminished, but I think it's better for the overall long-term health for the game because I think it helps newer players like get into the game, and they don't just straight up get like abused with burst passing.
It
which
does reward that, like, I don't think this is the wrong way. It rewards no think gameplay.
Yeah.
And Shadawx, thoughts on the burst pass change?
It's nice.
All right, yeah.
Damn, never thought about it like that.
You know, that's a hey. Can we? Conversation
Interesting
over.
perspective.
Perfect. We're done. We're good to go. Everyone can go home. Okay.
So how does burst passing take thought though? That's what I don't get.
Okay. So here's what
It's so non-committal. Like.
That's the point. Is that it's non-committal, right? But like the thought comes down to like, okay, do I burst pass now, or
Yes.
do I entertain people? And that's the real question you have to ask yourself.
entertain
This is actually the buff to streamers, right?
Oh.
This buffs
true,
this
true.
buffs me. Is what this does. Because now you can't say I'm dumb for.
Wait, no, doesn't it nerf streamers?
No.
Yeah, because
it buffs
streamers would always play their gems one by one so they can talk to chat.
I don't know who the who the fuck are you watching, bro?
What
I don't
streamers
know.
are you watching?
Someone here plays puff cap, so I'm kind of.
I come in and I'm like, yo, it's turn 7. You have 10
Wait,
mana.
I have to address this. I've been playing Puffcast for the last week. Over the last week, my Puffcat meta has actually changed because I started to realize if I just play out my hand and like don't do the Puffcaps one by one when I get them off chump form, I can actually just like let the auto pass happen. So I've actually already adjusted this, and then they did this change, so it's just it's actually buffing.
Max is ahead of the game. Yeah. Okay.
I realized over the last week, like I should just play these out. Like it literally doesn't matter. Like
It honestly doesn't, though. I do agree. Like it's every time you do that, you're basically just like, nah, it's dumb because everyone knows you're not going to interact with their board at fast speed. Like you just fucking play them. Yeah. So no, I'm of the camp that burst pass getting nerfed. I think is actually a massive buff to aggro decks because like originally I could just burst pass into your aggro deck on like turn 4, and then you'd have to like play stuff, and then I'd like Vile Feast you, and then you'd lose the game. But now I have to like actually try, and you can just slam things and it not be the wrong decision. So yeah. I do like the nerf burst. Also, again, it makes the game like I feel like more fun to watch, right? Like, you know, tournament play might be a little bit more entertaining to watch from to a raw spectator perspective. And then
100%.
cast merging with play. Roji, what do you think about that?
Oh, I hate this change. I absolutely despise this change, especially with Ezreal. I think it'll be really toxic. Like Karma is, they just throw like 14,
Oh my God.
9 things on the stack, and boom, 18 damage to my face that I literally like. That's it. Game's over.
That's pretty funny. Hold on a minute. I may have to.
I really don't like it. Like you literally cannot stop Ezreal. Like all of Ezreal's spells are now burst. It's just like effectively burst. There's no longer like any thought behind playing spells with Ezreal. You just play them, and you get rewarded for it.
All right, Shadawx, what do you think about this change?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad, but not like. I mean, how many spells are you really gonna play with Ezreal? It's gonna be bad, but you know, it's not gonna be like 20-0 you.
Does
But
Ezreal
I think
still
it should
proc
have
on
been
Rex?
Huh?
Because Riptide Rex used to proc Ezreal, right? That was like a thing.
Yeah, so technically,
Like a level
according to this,
like it
shouldn't.
didn't, like
Oh no! It leveled up Ezreal, but it didn't proc Ezreal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got scared for a second. I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a second.
That's what my brain. I was like, hold on a minute. Yo, Rex is back.
You
Yeah,
just
but-
instantly deal 14 damage.
Unga bunga. Like,
But yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
change should have been the other way. I think.
I also agree.
Like the change is good for consistency, but it should have been flipped.
Does anyone disagree with that? Let's start arguing. Let's get angry.
What do you mean by it should be flipped?
Like it should have been the other way around. So cards only count after they've resolved as cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No arguing here. What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do?
All right, fine. I think that cast merging with play is a really good change because my Fizz Nami deck is gonna be tier 1 again.
I like that. I agree.
Okay, that's going on Reddit.
Oh, this changes how
Please
single
do.
combat works with Faded. So now it like
Yeah, Faded
can
should proc
insert into
first.
Fuck this game, bro.
Yeah, Faded, Fizz, Nami. Who else? Lux.
Actually, no.
Ezreal.
Oh yeah, Lux and Jace get huge buffs. You can't.
Oh wait, that
stop
also
leveling anymore.
buffs the shit out of
Oh.
Akshan.
Sean.
Yeah, Akshan.
Oh, Akshan, yeah.
Which I mean,
But what is the change with Akshan?
because
Actually, wait. Is that the same?
Because it's target. Oh no, it doesn't. I think because
Oh,
the target doesn't count on.
Wait, yeah. So single.
Wait, how the
and
fuck does that work?
Faded wouldn't work, right?
I'm gonna look it up.
Buff.
Let me check the wiki.
Because I think those are two different things we're talking about, right? casting a card and actually targeting a card. It depends if they've changed that as well, like as part of it.
Okay, targeting in Legends of Runeterra.
Targeting now activates when you play a card. Is what
Yeah.
it says.
It says targeting now activates
okay.
whenever you quote play.
Dude.
So like
Does
creative
it say
will
that?
be.
Okay, then yeah. So yeah, it would all work.
Wait, this makes my turn 3 Zenith like actually unstoppable if you don't have banked
Yeah,
mana.
it's a lot harder to deal with the unit itself.
Dude, what the
My
fuck?
God.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh, dude,
Oh man.
I hope
Dragon
everyone likes
into
White
Zenith.
Flame, dude. Like,
So Roger, you still liking these? You still hating these changes?
I mean, it's a huge buff to, Pantheon, but like, if I ever lose Ezreal in these changes, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, you're gonna
'Cause,
lose to
like,
Cat Ezreal all day. Don't worry.
they're gonna stack like, 3 or
Did
4
you say
things on the
Cat
stack and deal like
Ezreal?
8 damage to me instead of like me being able to single combat it.
wait,
you
hold
know,
on,
and
real
not
quick,
take
real
8
quick.
damage.
Roji, very good point, but I want to jump to something else because someone just fucking sprayed copium in my ears. Shadawx, did you say Cat Ezreal? Katarina
why-
Ezreal?
Why not, huh?
Care to elaborate what you're talking about here?
You get a free targeted spell every time you summon Katarina. Duh.
And you get to rally with Ezreal, so you
and
get
you
more
rally with
mystic
Ezreal?
shots.
Exactly. See?
Copium.
That's copium. I'm sorry, that's copium. I'm gonna put that in a YouTube video, but that's copium. Like,
No, okay. This is
You
the
put
real
Nocturne Buff in
Katarina
there
deck.
too.
hold on, Max. What's up? What's up?
I thought he was just pronouncing Caitlyn wrong.
Oh, okay.
I was so confused.
Oh,
I literally was like, that's the most creative pronunciation I've heard. Shadawx. Yeah, I don't know. Go on. Tell me more about your.
all right. There is another
Cat
buff.
Ezreal.
There's another buff we haven't talked about. I realized. They
Blood
buffed
for blood?
card skins. Skins got buffed. We now have new champ spells with all of our skins.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I got 2 buffs this patch pool party.
Yeah.
Talia got some more artwork.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
And your
Yeah,
deck
they-
is like playable on ladder.
Yeah, they said these were coming too, right? So it's
Yeah,
good
they
they
did.
finally got around to it.
Finally. Okay. Yeah. No. Blood for blood though. Shadowx, I know you were really hyped about blood for blood.
Yeah, come on. Why is nobody else excited?
Well, like, tell me why you're hyped, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
It's
I'm
more
excited.
now I can play Cheerian Sump Workers Noxus.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna server mute him real quick.
You can do that.
No, you're
Actually,
good, you're
I
good.
am excited to play it with I forgot what the name of that card is. The new 0-5 that came out that deals a damage every time
Oh yeah.
it's damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. That card.
I'm excited to honestly. I may actually play Vladimir because I think Vladimir's design slaps. I think he's cool. I just hated that he couldn't swing, on by himself, or else he'd die. So I do like that a lot. Also, he is technically a reputation card when you think about it. Just saying. You know, maybe a little Vladimir Yeti's reputation. Not too bad, not too shabby. You can make a couple 5/1s. They die instantly because he deals 1 to them. But like, all right.
Wait, Nocturne Yetis. 8-drop comes out of your hand, right?
Oh my God, no, you're right. He just kind of pops out of there.
Nocturne, yeah.
He just pulls up. I mean, it's gonna be impossible to flip Nocturne outside of Targon still because just Nightfall has no support in Shadow House. So I think it's still he's still like jailed in one deck, which is Sag for me because I really want to play like Nocturne Shurima Arise so badly because I just think that'd be so funny.
That would be fun.
Actually, that would be if you could flip him in Shadow House, Nocturne Azir or like Nocturne Nasus fearsomes would be kind of fire.
Oh, someone in my chat earlier said Ash Nasus with Spirit Fire.
Yo. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, Minasia, were you there last night when I was making that?
Spicy.
No.
yo, were you? Hold on, are you telling me right now you were cheating and making decks day in advance?
Yeah.
All right, well, I want that deck code then. All right.
Okay.
I really want that deck.
I'll credit you
it was
for it,
really
but I
hard
am gonna
because
take it.
I spent I think it was Cameron Hanzo, but I spent like 5 minutes debating on if it's Spirit Fire or Raz Bloodmane, which is better.
I mean, I will say that the Ashe change does let you play the Yetis, which are your best enablers for reputation, in Shurima, which is really cool. Like I do like that because you get access to Raz Bloodmane's pretty alright. Spirit Fire, you get that Rite of Never Cease Play.
I mean, Quicksand is the big one with Ashe.
Oh yeah,
right?
that is the big one, especially with the buff to Quicksand, dude.
Yeah, and if you want to play like the Shurima Freljord like Ashe deck, if technically Unworthy, helps level
Hey,
Ashe.
yo, chill.
Oh,
Stop.
yo.
Don't say that name in
Yo.
my chat. I once lost a game to this card. I don't want to talk about it.
And since you're in Freljord, you can also get an extra mana gem and just kill units instead.
That's true. That's
just
true.
throwing it out there.
Wait, I thought you have to have less mana.
Oh, is it fewer? Oh, I thought it was just different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
That's
fewer.
-4 if you have
Yeah.
equal mana gems. If you have less, it kills it.
Oh, wait. It doesn't say what happens if I have more mana gems.
no, because it does.
Do I win
Oh.
the game?
Yeah,
I
you
will
win the
say though,
game.
I think you should run Unworthy in your mono Shurima decks and then just cast Rite for mana gems, and be absolutely cracked. All right, that's your spicy tech for ladder.
I think so.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay, so what do we think about the Garen change? Because I think it's really hot.
I also think it's hot, even with the fact that Round Start Rally is a typo.
Oh yeah.
Like
It's
when
only
I
a typo
first,
for level 1.
yeah, when I first saw it, I said, "Excuse me," because there's no reason that Garen should rally at Round Start at level 1.
What Garen deck are you excited to play first, Roji?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably gonna play some like Garen Matron Cythria deck or something.
Play elites. Have a
I
good
see.
time.
Because that was like I used to play a lot of Garen. This was before Cythria
Before you were
Matron.
good.
This was before Cythria Matron came out. And I was playing Matron and Kadjagrin with like Shyvana Garen. And I would just get like really big dragons and just like non-stop attack. And it was hilarious. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping I can maybe recreate that deck.
I
but
want
it'd
to
actually be good.
highlight the real quick because I think this is absolutely ridiculous. The change that I had seen leaked for this patch was that apparently at Garen level 2 at round start, if you didn't have the attack token, would just strike an enemy.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was the leak, dude. If you didn't see, someone posted like leaked fake patch notes in Grappler's Discord, and they were like absolutely crazy. They were bonkers changes. But yeah, I think this is a good change. I think him doing something when he's played down is nice. I wish they'd given him tough. I don't know why he doesn't have tough, but I like him giving other allies +1/+1. It makes him like a slight like. It's more consistent Bannerman, which I think is nice.
Someone was talking about maybe playing Garen and Scouts over Quinn, but I don't know how.
Yeah,
I think it's a
That would
3-2-1 split.
yeah, I can see that. I think Quinn's flip is too essential to that deck like functioning because you need to get that just free pull of your opponent's strongest enemy allows you to do things.
I don't think Quinn level matters that much. It's just it's more so that Quinn's just a good scout unit.
Yeah, and also like you don't want to double draw on Quinn sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Kind of a dead hand thing. But yeah, I do like this Garen change. I think it makes him like a playable card. Very good. Like it a lot. Galio change feels nice. Not a huge deal. LeBlanc change. Okay, what do we think about the LeBlanc change?
I think it's really good. It makes like your explosive turns a lot more explosive. Where if you you attack and then you already have like a rally guy on the field and you happen to level up LeBlanc, then you can go ahead and copy the rally guy without having to like wait till next turn or something. It just enables you to like pop off just 3 strikes earlier, which is huge.
Yep.
I think it's definitely like one of the top 3 buffs this patch.
Do you want to like just makes LeBlanc more explosive, right? For sure. Got that down. Is there like I think I'm trying to think about how to formulate my sentence in my head, and then I figured it out. I like the change in conjunction with the whole no burst passing thing, because I think in general like slow spells got a huge buff this patch. where like originally slow spells were absolutely booty and I hated them with all my heart. Now I don't hate playing them, you know, because really it's like I need to commit an action to do something, at least. So I think slow spells are gonna see some play there, and I think that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll actually like play LeBlanc. Leona has Overwhelm now. I think that's everything that's like relevant and important. Oh, of course, Roji, thoughts on Darius buff?
It's not a buff.
It's
No,
a buff.
It's a buff.
I loved it.
It's a buff.
Yeah.
This is.
How can you say it's not a buff? Are you crazy?
This is literally I think this is
Come
the biggest
on.
buff of the patch.
I bet you have like level 3 Jinx and Path the Champions or something.
Probably does. He's not going to be playing in the Absol Path of Champions tournament. All right, he's not ready for
Yeah. How many relic slots do you have, huh?
What?
Single digit?
I you know, I actually should like get a $1,000 pot Path of fucking Champions tournament where like you have to try to beat it as fast as possible, just so that way there's some like legitimacy to the game mode in the competitive community. It'd be so funny.
What is rank? What is seasonal? Fuck champions now.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So one thing I actually thought about with this Darius change is what if like they're actually setting up a Runeterra champ that increases your max Nexus health
Honestly,
at the beginning of the game?
No, there already is one. Gordon's scalable.
yeah.
Got it.
No. Darius only works with the starting.
Oh,
health,
yeah,
right?
right.
So like, what if there's a Runeterra champ that's coming out? It's like, oh, deck building cost or whatever, but your Nexus starts at like 30 or 40.
That champion would be insane. Their deck building costs would have to be huge.
No, 40 is too much. Maybe like 25.
Yeah,
or
25 I think works. 30 also is a lot, but like 25 or 30 feels way better. 40 is nuts. But yeah, I could see that happening. Who would be the champion though? Like, what league champion would do that? I'm trying to think. The only one I could think of is like.
If Galio wasn't here, I would have thought of Galio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, that would definitely be.
maybe Vlad, Vigo, but like those are already taken.
Yeah, I mean maybe Aatrox because of his passive.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, could be.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Graves and a cigar. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Graves and a
I think that
cigar.
Graves's thing should just be he gives your Nexus a cigar and it just kind of hangs out there. He doesn't do anything else for your deck.
Like Aatrox, I could see. Your
Aatrox
starting
is gonna
life
be
actually be
ascended.
like lower.
You think Aatrox is going to be ascended?
He is an ascended. He's just a fallen ascended.
Okay, but like, are you just coping because of the Aatrox reveal video?
Nope.
Okay, because that was a hype champion. But
I think Aatrox would be a really sick champion.
I think there's a lot of champions I want. I just want to see Kha'Zix, dude. That's all I need. That's like my last boy.
Oh,
and
same. I
Silas.
love
I need
Kha'Zix.
Silas too.
I need Cho'Gath. Where's my last Giga Chad?
Yeah, actually, I think Cho'Gath could be a sick like HP booster. You know, I don't know if he'd be base
Yeah.
HP though.
Could be.
Me, I want Fiddlesticks Nocturne.
Yo, please.
WTC. But okay, for real, can we talk about how the LeBlanc change with Bone Crusher could be really cool?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's like the main thing. I think like mirror
That's
imaging that Bone Crusher early seems really strong.
That
Mhm.
does seem really fucking strong.
Yeah, like reputation in general, right? It got like a huge boost.
Yeah, this is a big buff. I mean, like the Shuriman card, I don't think is super duper. Wait, I'm coping. They didn't add a Shuriman card. I just keep getting confused with the Noxus guy.
They might as well have added a streamer card with
I mean,
Bone
yeah.
Crusher. Now it's like actually a card.
Yeah, that's true. They did. They did. They released Cal's Bone Crusher this past chat. We've been waiting for a while for them to actually release that revealed card. Yeah, no, I like
Shadawx,
that. It's changed a lot.
Did you have one more champion you were going to talk about?
Oh no, I was just looking through like the champs of like the Nexus Health thing. I was like
Alright.
maybe Ivern or like Bard, but yeah.
All right.
Anyways,
I have a couple questions here. Let's pass it around. I got the talking stick. I'm gonna hand it around after I ask the question. So I want to know what everyone thinks is the biggest winner of the patch. Like, what champion do you think had the biggest, most impactful change of the whole patch? I'm gonna give it to you, Roji.
I want to say Malphite because Malphite is my homie.
Mhm.
But what is the biggest change? I mean, it honestly might be Malphite's. I think, or Ash's. I think letting Ash play in different regions other than like Noxus is really cool.
Okay, JadeDragon.
Definitely Udyr. Yeah,
Udyr. All right, Max.
I like it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, nothing much. That's all.
Okay, cool. Max, what you got?
If I can't say Udyr, like,
You can
because
say
that's
whatever you
taking that's taking something completely unplayable and making it like very
That's true. Udyr
realistic,
finally was added to the game, guys.
yeah, like essentially. But other than that, I really like Nasus. I think that's a huge change. Going back to Roji's point though, wait, Roji, you said what?
To Malphite.
What other regions does Ash get? Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
confused. Other than Shurima,
Shurima.
that's
Like,
it, though, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I don't know. I don't think that's like. Yeah, sorry. Go on, everybody else.
All right, Minasia.
Okay, hear me out. Lux.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because we have the rules changed, alright? With the rules change, you always get the laser on cast, and you don't have an opportunity to like react to Lux before like she dies. And I think the meta, like with Sundisk getting nerfed, like you could not play Lux decks into Disc, right? But with Disc getting nerfed and like losing like ladder play, Lux will like be a lot better, especially since I think she's like pretty decent into other Demacia decks, right? Because like you're like with Demacia, it's just like bigger Demacia wins, and Lux is pretty big Demacia.
Okay. Okay,
Fire.
and then next in my list of people here, Shadawx, biggest winner.
I wanted to say Lux too. Yeah,
Okay.
mostly because of the rule change, and plus the new cards I think could help Lux quite a bit. Especially like stances plus Lux were already like pretty okay, and I think Garen now. I don't know how much Garen would help. Okay, I'll pick Garen instead. Yeah, Garen's cooler. I like him. Yeah, the elite package is like nice, especially for like Shen Garen or something. It's gonna be like pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that I have to go ahead and give that biggest winner to Darius. No, I think I honestly I'm gonna meme on that for the rest of my life. No, I think Nocturne actually was a since I'm gonna say something that hasn't been said. I think Nocturne got a very substantial buff that will affect a lot of how that champion is functioning in the game, and the kind of just a lot of how that Nightfall deck's gonna work. Like the harrowing, like Minasia was talking about, harrowing Nightfall feels like kind of crazy in terms of raw power.
Yeah.
So
like I don't think it'll affect anything with Nocturne besides like the options to slot harrowing. Otherwise, like I don't think any other build will arise from it.
Yeah.
For this change, but like harrowing, like is gonna be huge. I think.
Heimer gets the same buff, right? By the way, as Lux. Sorry to derail the conversation.
What do you mean by that?
Like Heimer also gets to see.
Yeah.
The
Heimer's in the same. Yeah, the same boat.
I'll say Heimer then instead of Nasus. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Reggie?
I was gonna say that it also gives Nightfall the option to like play Vile Feast.
That's what I said.
Which I think is pretty neat. Did you say that earlier? I must
Way early.
Honestly, though,
I got immediately shut down.
Yeah.
They just laughed at me when I said. I was like, wow.
But when I think about it now, now that I can't burst pass in this game, like Vile Feast is another card that's I feel like fills in the slot of taking my action for low commitment. So I actually don't disagree with that entirely, because Vile Feast is like a pretty good card, just in general. So I don't hate that. Also kind of buffs Hapless Aristocrat, right? I don't think anyone's ever running that card at Nocturne. But like, think about it. You put him first, he dies, summon a little guy, and then now their board's one attack less.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Is it good? No, but it makes me laugh, and that's what matters.
Defensive option.
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly.
Also, I just want to say, like, especially like people masters, they're gonna be like so used to burst passing.
It's gonna be.
I forget about this change like this first week.
It's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna int so much off of this change, dude. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what to do. Spacebar. It seems like when I first got my mechanical keyboard, I kept burst passing by accident. Same feeling. It's gonna be great. All right, so we've got our biggest winners. Now, who do we think is the biggest loser of the patch? Like most impactful nerf or least impactful change?
Blood for blood.
All right, hold on. Slow down. Roji's first. Okay, Roji, go first.
I think the least impactful change is
Or biggest nerf outside of Bandletree, number 1. Okay, Bandletree's dead. Cool, we got that out of the way. Anything else that's not Bandletree?
either like the Swiftling Lancer change or like the Blood for Blood change. Like I don't think they're gonna do anything.
All right, JadeDragon.
Same, right? Same. Yeah,
What'd you say?
that's the way I look at it as well. Same.
Same.
the
Gotcha.
same.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Max. Biggest
Wait,
loser.
okay. I think like I don't really think the Garen change matters, to be honest.
Really?
I really don't like. I just because I like am apathetic towards Demacia. I don't really care. Like it just doesn't excite me at all. And then 2, just I really don't think like the 1/1 for the turn matters that much. Like maybe a 1-of in Scouts, but other than that, the card's still just like it's Garen. Like cool. I don't know.
Okay. Now, what we also have to realize, right, is that if you run 2 Garens, it does give you access to Judgment.
Wow, I do love a good Judgment Fiora play.
You know, some Judgment Fiora, some Judgment LeBlanc. Huh?
Okay.
Makes you a little mirror image. You know. All right, and then I hit Max. I want Minasia. Who's your biggest loser?
Loser or like least impactful?
Like,
Because I think those are 2 different answers.
It's least impactful or biggest nerf. You can make your choice.
Least impactful would definitely be Galio. Like,
Okay.
+1 health doesn't really matter since it's only on his level 2. Like, if you're like leveling Galio, then like you're already in a good spot anyway, and that +1 health wasn't gonna matter.
Mhm.
And this buff doesn't like change any like problems with his deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I'm gonna agree. I think the buff to Udyr does make Galio a little bit better, just because like Udyr's now a card.
Udyr Galio
like
now.
that.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
I think that's the only time you'll ever see Galiosi play. And at that point, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I could run Galio, or I could run like anything else. And then Shadawx.
All right, if we're not going to acknowledge Darius, then it's probably Leona.
Okay, that's a hot take.
Mm.
What does that thought process come from?
We haven't talked about Leona at all,
That's
so
true.
that's kind of a good. That's kind of a good. But yeah, like she's literally over. Like what? She's 4 attack overwhelm. What's that really gonna do?
That's true.
Like I
you gotta
have
think.
to play Battle Fury. Come on.
No, you gotta think about whenever you play the Leona spell, the 5
No,
mana.
the Morning Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
you
about it
stun
like
the
this,
whole
right?
board, and now she's at least a 6/8.
Yeah. So if the
She's-
board is stunned, what do I need overwhelm for?
But what
She's
if
gonna
one
be
of
the
them
biggest
gets
unit.
through? What if you only have 3 Daybreaks out and you only have 4 units?
You're right. You're right.
You need that overwhelm damage. All I'm saying is that I think that it's a good change because when you cast Zenith Blade on Leona, now she has overwhelm to take the benefit of the Zenith Blade.
Wait, can't she get overwhelm?
Overwhelm should work like double strike, where if you get overwhelmed twice, it's
It's your
like-
own Nexus.
Yeah, it's super whelm, and you just they take damage. They take 1.5 damage from the overwhelm instead of just the straight up excess. Okay, and then yeah, the final question. This is the big one. How do you guys think the meta is going to shake up after this patch? I know we talked about like Sundisk kind of falling off, Demacia coming into power. Is there any other changes you think that are going to be like totally out of left field? No one's going to see coming. This deck's about to be hot. Talia Malphite already, Roji. I'm just going to take yours for you.
Yup.
But is there any decks that you guys are thinking of that are like this deck's going to be crazy?
I'm pretty sure I'll just steal Manasia's answer and be like, I really think the Harrowing Nightfall should be really cool to see. That's the thing I'm most excited for, to see a shift in the meta. Like more aggressive stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be a very aggressive meta. Aggro players are eating good right now.
Actually, I'm gonna change my answer.
Alright, go ahead. Yeah.
I actually think reputation decks
Ooh,
are gonna storm the meta. Like Callous Bone Crusher, absolutely bonkers of a card now. Like absolutely bonkers. LeBlanc change, massive.
Mhm.
And the new reputation card, I think it's really good actually. Paying 3 mana for 2
I
5/1
also do
for
think it's
Challenger,
pretty good.
Yeah, that
once you
card's
proc
good.
it.
huge. So, yeah, I really think reputation is gonna like storm the meta. I think it's gonna be pretty decent,
Wait.
and like people are gonna have a hard time dealing with it because spell shield, and then they're gonna have like 3 callous bone crushers just like beating your face down with spell shield.
I don't know.
Wait,
think
hold on.
it's-
What are you talking about here, Minasia?
Oh,
There's
apparently
stealth
there are
buffs.
some stealth
Yeah.
buffs with this patch.
I don't see anything
Uh,
changed with the second one though.
The second one, before it was just give me like +1/+1 or like +2/+2.
It's a nerf,
You had it
right?
for a while.
It wasn't +2/+2. Was it?
Like right now it works like duo. Before like it was just like when I'm summoned, if you have an ephemeral ally, give me
Oh,
+1/+1.
yeah, I see. Yeah. So they changed it to where it can now get bigger when you summon ephemerals.
Yeah.
That I see. And then what they do? Did they just make
okay.
Dragon's Protection give you more HP?
I think it was.
It was
3
one
mana
cost
before.
lower. Yeah. It used to be 3
that's
mana.
actually. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever gonna play it, but like that's not bad.
You should show this to a stream.
Yeah, I will actually. Thank you. Let me just get on here. No one send any inappropriate images in chat. Wait till the
Quick, everybody,
stream's over.
send inappropriate message.
Yeah, don't send the photo of me in the Rek'Sai costume, please.
Oh,
So this is
saved.
Shadow Apprentice buff now is basically just an ephemeral support card, so you get a bunch of stats for ephemerals every ephemeral you summon, which is nice. I actually don't hate that. And then Dragon's Protecting. Yo, hold on. Shadow Apprentice is kind of crazy in Blade Dance.
It's ephemerals.
Yeah,
Sand
but
soldiers.
Sand Soldiers are
Sand
ephemerals. You get a lot of those guys.
I mean,
Or Shark Chariot.
Yo, Shark Chariot account on Twitter is going crazy.
Yeah, and Nocturne. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Nocturne. And then Dragon Protection got buffed to 2 mana, which is nice. Again, still don't know if I'm ever gonna run that garbage unit that
focus.
makes
Yeah.
it. But...
like Shadow Princess.
Focus. Oh wait. Oh,
it
sorry, no.
makes sense
Wait,
to,
hold on.
like,
That is
set ephemeral.
focus speed's kind of a big buff.
Oh wait, it's focus. Wasn't it? Slow
Yo, it
before?
was
It used to
slow.
be slow. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. This card's playable.
Okay. Can you show your stream like
Yeah.
what this card
Is
like, was
now?
from? Yeah,
Uh,
because I'm sure like most people don't actually know this card. It's called
I
like
think
what?
it's Scales of the
Like,
Dragon, I believe.
Scales of the Dragon.
Scale. Yeah.
So 3-drop 4/2, right?
Yeah, 3 mana for 2. When I'm summoned, create a Dragon Protection.
Okay,
Right now
never
it's
mind.
2 mana
It wasn't 3 mana before. It was just
2 mana slow speed, but now it's
yeah, it was
focus.
just slow instead of focus.
That's actually kind of big though, because like now I don't have to give up my action. Is it still Grant? Ugh. That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
kind of
Grant.
nasty.
Yeah, it's grand.
That's a little. That's a
like
little
before you
nasty.
couldn't like kill it while like you were casting it on the
Oh,
side.
it was 2 mana before.
Yeah, you could kill it, and now you can't, and that's kind of wild. There's actually, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that can now like make use of that, right? Because everyone likes Udyr buff, like the Udyr stances. This feels like a weaker version of that for a reason that doesn't have access to it. 4/2 body for 3 mana, it's not bad. I'd hit things with it. I mean, I pay for that with yeah, it's just like a what's a not Ruin Runner, Gifts or Merciless Hunter. Thank you. No, it's not bad. All right, gamers. I think we've covered everything for the patch. We've hit it top to bottom.